Okay, so again, just a disclaimer, a lot of this I cannot validate. So in theory on Ancestry.com, I can trace Anna Weber's family back to the 1700s. So Adam Weber and Catherine gave birth to Samuel Weber, who married Elizabeth, who gave birth to Wilhelm Weber, who gave birth to Valentine, to Anna.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So a few things from this side. So the interesting thing that I learned here, so Wilhelm Weber Yellow was married to Ava. They gave birth to Valentine, your great grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
After Ava died at a younger age, Wilhelm remarried, and his second wife's name was Anna Barbara. So that's where Anna Barbara probably comes from. The other thing is, interestingly enough, on the Anna Weber side of her mother, there is no father listed anywhere for her. So Maria Congetter, who married Valentine, that father I can't find anywhere, although her mom's name is on quite a few documents. So Marie Congetter died in 1929, before Anna left and before the Schaefers left Germany. I do not have a cause of death. I have her death certificate and it says, yes, she died. So she died very young. I don't know what it was of. And before I go into the back stuff, I'll go into a little bit of the current day stuff. So this I have found, so of Anna Weber's 3 sisters, the 2 that stayed in Germany were Wilhelmina and Maria. This is the house, this is the apartment where Grandma Ruth was born, in Germany. And then these 2, this is it looks like a townhouse. It's not far from Mannheim city center. And this is where, hang on, let me find the names. This is where Wilhelmina died when she was, I think, in her late 80s. And then this one is a nursing home in the center of Mannheim, and this is where Magdalena died. So I tracked those down. Wilhelmina had 8 children. Magdalena had 3 children. And I'm waiting to get that information. In theory, those would be your cousins who are still alive and around your age.
Or are they mom's cousins?
But they'd be your second cousins.
Right, but they were mom's first cousins.
They were mom's first cousins, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to get that, but I did get these addresses from some Mannheim city official. Okay, so I think what I think is the most interesting about this, I do have the Ellis Island documents of how we got here, which I think is interesting. So I'll go through those. And then I do want to show you one newspaper article that I think is pretty cool. Okay. So if we go to Anna, well, let me just, okay. So this is the document. Lines 6 and 7 here are Anna Barbara and Ruth Frieda coming to the U.S. in 1938. Housemaid, pupil, Germany, Mannheim. And this is where I found that the nearest relative is listed as George Schaefer in Mannheim, which is interesting for me that she did not list her sisters and she did not list her parents, she listed George Schaefer's dad. That just to me, like, why would she not have written down Valentine Weber or Magdalena? Like, I just thought that was interesting.
So this was George Senior Schaefer.
This would have been
not married to Frida.
This is
Right.
Yellow George Schaefer.
Okay.
Married to Rosine.
Okay.
And then this is the one that showed that their brother-in-law, George Schaefer, paid for their passage and that they would be staying with him on Law Street in Appleton. And Anna is listed as 4'11". And Ruth is 3 feet even. Okay, so then if you go to Frida, so this is Frida, George, and George.
Mm-hmm.
And they are listed right here, 19, 20, and 21. So this was in 1930, and George Schaefer is listed as a chauffeur, and Frida is listed as a housewife. George Schaefer, 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
And then they list that okay, George Schaefer going to Appleton, Wisconsin. They were going to visit Sister Rosa Trunk, 348 Foster Street in Appleton. So
Sister as in a nun sister?
No.
Or,
So,
no, a sister. Okay, sorry.
yes. So when Frida's George, this red George, died, he lived in Saukville, Wisconsin, and his obituary listed that his sister, Mrs. Joseph Kiner, lived in Duluth. So I think that's Rosa Trunk. I know she did move to Minnesota. So Rosa Trunk, George's.
Mom had a cousin in Duluth or something, because I remember meeting them, and then they sent me a bunch of pictures of the Duluth Bridge and steam coming off Lake Superior and stuff. I was very young.
Okay.
I remember that.
So this would be Werner Trunk's parents, Rosa Trunk, who was George Schaefer's sister. Sorry, this is so much. So she was married in the Trunk family and divorced. And this I validated from one of Werner Trunk's grandkids online. But Rosa Schaefer moved to Minnesota, married someone named Teddy, and had another child named Joni. But I can't find any information on Rosa Schaefer anywhere. Okay, but anyway, George's blood sister Rosa, who married Emil, is what brought George Schaefer over, which brought Frida over, which brought Anna over.
Mm-hmm.
So then if we go to the next level, which is Emil. So this is kind of where it all started. So Emil Trunk, we've got a bunch of Trunks here, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Emil, Rosa, and little baby Werner Trunk from Germany, workman, housewife.
What year was that they came over?
1929, March. So yeah, early 1929. And Frida came 1930. So this is where we find Adolf Trunk who was their relative in Mannheim, but going to visit Sister Marie Edmunda at St. Elizabeth Hospital in Appleton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she's really the initial one, Sister.
Yeah.
And that is a nun?
She's a nun. Yep. So I have a whole file on her.
Yeah.
But here's what really kind of took my breath away was I found this article. So all these Trunks are the reason why we're here. And in 1933, they were arrested in an immigration raid in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh my gosh.
So those arrested in Appleton were three brothers, Adolf, Ludwig, and Emil Trunk, and their families. So this really was hard for me to read because it means we were that close to grandma not coming over. If these are the people who brought us over and in 1933 they're all arrested, I mean, just think of the risks that they took to bring grandma and Anna over, because the rest of them are already here. Frida's here, George is here, everybody's here except Anna. So when I read this, I really teared up because I just couldn't believe they risked that, you know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Know more about why they were arrested? So did they come over and were they supposed to go back because they were just visiting?
Well, the article says they reported the arrest of 17 aliens at Appleton and Green Bay. The arrests were made by an immigration inspector who recently was transferred after someone complained of obnoxious conduct in several cases. So
George J. Schneider, Appleton.
yeah, so he must have been like the mayor or a George Schneider must have been a politician or something, lawmaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so those, and then I do have here too is where I have Frida's obituary and then I have Anna's obituary. I think I have George Schaefer's too. But this one I just liked how, so this one I don't think had, a sister in Germany and grandchildren, whereas Anna's had Mina Diefenbach and Magdalene Frautenschutz. 7 grandchildren, 3 grandchildren.
Yeah.
Do people call her Annie?
Not that I know of.
Maybe in the bar or like the bus drivers.
Yeah.
You know, she knew every bus driver in Appleton. They might have called her Annie.
That's true.
Okay.